What's up, friends? Welcome back. Today I'm going to be checking out what a lot of people refer to as the scariest movie of all time. And even in 2020, I see a lot of people calling The Exorcist the scariest movie ever made. And so I'm about to find out if it's going to live up to all the hype I've been seeing around it over the years. And this movie came out quite a long time ago. And so for it to still be referred to in that high of regard is pretty impressive. And so I'm looking forward to checking it out. Not sure if I will be super scared by it now, watching it so much later than it was originally made. But just like with most of the movies I watch for the channel, I'm going to try and ensure the best experience to make that happen by watching it alone in the middle of the night with surround sound. And so if it's scary, I'm probably going to know at some point, but I'm excited to check it out. Hopefully you guys are excited to watch along with me. Don't really know much about the film. I know that I've seen like some images, some still frames of the girl who I assume gets possessed in this or whatever. I've seen her, kind of that really creepy face of her with a bunch of scars or something on her face, and then just the image on the cover of a guy with a briefcase under a street lamp. But other than those two, I don't really know anything about the movie. I assume, based off the title, that they're going to try and save whoever this girl is. But if I were to guess, based off how highly people talk about this, it's probably a deeper and more elaborate story than just that. But yeah, other than that, I don't really know what to expect going into this. Hoping that I enjoy it just because I've heard so many great things about it. I would hate to get through it and then for it not to live up to that. But I'm trying to go in forgetting about all those expectations and just appreciating it for what it is. And so glad to have you guys along for the ride with me for this one. If by the end of the video you enjoy it, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up. Helps the video reach a lot more people and helps the channel out. And if you'd like to watch along with me for the entire movie, definitely check out my Patreon, the link for that being in the description below. And you can find all my other full-length reactions I've done for videos on the channel as well there. And I feel like I should also note I am watching the original cut, not the extended director's cut, and surprisingly that version was very difficult to find, the non-extended version, but it seemed like most people were recommending that over the extended cut, especially for a first-time viewing. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into The Exorcist. Alright guys, I'm ready to get spooked. Hope you are as well. I've got the movie queued up to the very beginning, and if you've got it queued up to the beginning as well, I'll do a quick 3, 2, 1 play count, and on play we'll both hit play, and then we'll be all synced up, ready to get scared together. So 3, 2, 1, play. It's a Warner Brothers movie. They've been putting out hits for quite a while. Nothing like a horror movie starting off with violin or string instruments and then some chanting. Dang, I'm a fan of that opening shot. That was a cool little color change there. This is not the location that I was expecting the movie to start out in. I was thinking it was going to be more of an urban landscape than out in some deserty area in Iraq. Also, the quality of this looks excellent. Very crisp and clean, at least on the disc that I'm watching. Oh, so did they dig up some cursed items or relics or something like that? Is that how all the events of this start? I like this angle right here. It's an unsettling frame, even though nothing really scary is happening. I think it's just the bit of darkness that is creeping in there. Oh, that's some pretty cool editing right there. Love how the sound just cuts out. I don't know, man. Digging up some creepy little totem like that never seems like a good idea. Dang, something's going on with him, or maybe it's just because he's old. He's pretty shaky there. Something's off about that guy. I don't know what. He's acting very strange. But I mean, that's like the second scene with him, so maybe that's just who he is. What the heck? I like the ambience this is creating so far, though. Whoa, that's a freaking cool shot. What? That thing just caused the clock to stop like that? It's a very well shot film so far. Really liking the composition and the lighting of everything. Certainly doesn't feel very much like a horror film so far. I mean, we did have the clock stopping shot there a second ago, but it's definitely feeling like this may be a slow build type movie. Who's that watching him? Yo, that lady's carriage almost killed this man. Is this guy just starting to get a little bit of bad luck ever since he discovered that? Oh, dang, that was a very calm reaction to that. At least he knows the place, though, and they know him. Loving the way this is using light and imagery to just kind of create this uneasy feeling about it. Dang, well, that is some piercing sound design right there. Not quite sure what that was supposed to symbolize. I would guess that something about the statue and the structures there just makes things, in that case, the dogs, the animals, act weirdly. Now we're getting into some urban set pieces right here. I mean, I only guessed that it took place in an area like that because, I mean, the only frames I've seen from this film took place at a house. Yo, that is never a good sign. Noises happening in your attic. Hope this lady doesn't live alone. Something climbing through that window, I'm guessing. Is that what's in the attic? I'm going to guess that that is the girl that ends up in bad shape later in the film. I only guess because that's the first girl we've seen in the film. Maybe you should listen to that man. I don't know. He seems like he knows a thing or two. Interesting. I really like when there's movie sets and filming going on inside of a movie. She practicing her lines before she reaches there. Oh, that was a great shot right there. Love the way it panned or zoomed in and you couldn't really tell who it was going to focus on. Not too sure exactly what's going on so far. Was that the same priest or actor or whatever that was in that other shot when she was asking about the writer? I mean, obviously, I didn't really have much expectations as far as the plot, but this is definitely not going how I thought. Love this soundtrack right now. Feels almost a little bit like the Halloween soundtrack. Oh, interesting. Again, some great sound design right there to switch from the dialogue of those two guys to whatever that was, a train or something. That's a good child actress so far. I feel like her line delivery is pretty solid. The editing as well of this is great. There's been a lot of harsh cuts there early on. I'm not going to get too comfortable with that mother daughter relationship because I feel like they're just building him up to have a good bond between each other just to make everything else worse later on, which obviously is good filmmaking. The imagery of this is at times really great and sometimes very strange. I don't exactly know what things are trying to show me. Because I don't know why that priest was so off put by that guy. Like the design of his apartment right here. Feels somewhat claustrophobic. Wait, was that picture of the mom we've been following? It looked like it almost might be her when she's younger. I don't know why, man, but I'm worried something spooky's gonna happen with his mom in here. Feel like old ladies are prime real estate in horror movies for the creeps. I get where she's coming from, man. Don't want to leave what you're familiar with and comfortable with. Especially with her son living there too. Better than some randoms. That was excellent, man. Right there, just hanging a little bit too long on that shot. It's a great way of building atmosphere. Said a lot of the same things during the Lost Highway watch through as well. Oh gosh, man, of course that's how they freaking bring somebody in there or some entity. Yikes, man. Time to freaking burn that once you hear that. I don't know how the mom didn't react worse to that. I don't like this Captain Howdy dude, man. It's good interaction right there. Also, cool camera angle. Usually, directors don't trust child actors to leave the camera on them for their lines and their reactions. Interesting. So I would guess based off that that the priest we've been seeing was her ex-husband and that girl's dad, which would explain why I thought that picture in her apartment looked like the mom when she was younger. Maybe I'm just jumping to conclusions too fast though. Like that interaction, giving some good little depth to his character right there. I'm sure that's going to be kind of like a theme for him going forward. Dang, that sucks, man. Doesn't seem like the most with it father, at least with her. I guess it's better late than never, huh? Jeez, bro, that was pretty creepy right there. Feels like everything this girl's saying is falling on deaf ears with the mom. She didn't even have a follow up for the bed is shaking statement. But I guess horror movies weren't quite as prominent back then, so maybe they just didn't think to ask that like we would in 2020. That was a great insert shot. I don't know if that expression was signifying her terror hearing that noise, or maybe something more to it. Mouse hasn't been caught yet, so it's definitely not looking like rats like she thought. Nice. Now we're getting to some spooky stuff. That sounds. That was a pretty solid moment right there. That one startled me slightly. I don't know what the heck would even cause the flame to go like that. I mean, maybe blowing on it, like some air movement, which obviously is pretty terrifying if that's the case. Oh shoot, what does he see? Yikes, bro, what the heck is that? Such an odd way to defile that statue. Dang, this does not seem like the place for his mom. Everybody here seems to be losing their minds a little bit. Wonder if that's just the people or the place. Jeez, man, are they just coming up to him because he's a priest? Yikes, there seems to be something pretty bad going on here if they're reacting to him like that. Maybe they see him as a means of help for something that's going on here. Yikes, dude, that's awful. Why did they freaking have her strapped up to the bed like that? Treating her like some inmate or something. Hey, this is the house that I recognize from the cover. It doesn't look like it's his place. Obviously, he was in a small apartment, but it also doesn't look like it's the mom's. Oh, I guess it might be their house then. I mean, I have seen the daughter there now, so I assume this is where it is. Jeez, bro, what the heck? Wait, did we skip forward or did the mom we see in the hospital not. Was she not who he thought she was? Also, I'm assuming if she's asking about that priest that he is not the husband, the ex-dad, the ex-husband that I thought initially. Why she open her eyes all creepy like that? Has Captain What's His Face started working on her or something? Howdy, that's his name. This guy's feeling himself right now. He's not shy at all about boasting about his talent. Oh, yo, I got some chills right there. Dang, that was freaking chilling. That was a very unsettling line right there. My goodness. I don't know who she was talking to, though. Was it her mom or was it the priest? Nerves about what, though? Seems like a pretty extreme thing to say just based off nerves. Oh gosh, okay, here we go. Something's happening. Yo, alright, so the bed was literally shaking. Now she should take it a little bit more seriously. At that point, I think it's just time to straight up move. Although I don't know what the situation is with the daughter. Maybe moving won't change anything. Harris? Dang, he's gotta feel so awful, man. He sends his mom away to this facility, which seems pretty bad, and then that's basically the last act she remembers him for. I wonder if that's gonna change anything about his actions in the future. Maybe he'll start feeling like he shouldn't abandon people so quickly. Oh, we were hanging on that shot for quite a while. I was not sure if something was about to pop up. Oh, yikes, bro. Okay, that was freaking scary seeing whatever that face was. Love that it's silent besides his breathing. That was an excellently done scene. Whoa, man, she is having something bad happen to her right now. I think it's about time to call that priest in. So I wonder if that little totem they dug up in the beginning has anything to do with what this girl's going through, or if they're separate events. He's just gonna toss that line to the side. All right, my guy. I mean, that does suck though. That there's something wrong with her brain. Feels like there's multiple problems going on though. Somehow, I don't think it's going to be that easy. I wonder if what they try and do just makes the situation worse. Regan, that's right. I need to remember her name instead of just calling her this girl. I know they've said it a few times. Sometimes it takes a couple tries before I actually remember it. What is this procedure? Are they electrocuting her? What exactly is the thing they're doing right here? I like the way this is being filmed right now, just without any sound or really soundtrack. Just some really up close shots of what he's doing and faces. Man, this is some scary looking machinery, my goodness. Props to her for actually not moving during all this. I'd be so freaked out. Oh, it's just like an older version of a brain scan, I see. Technology has certainly gotten less frightening as time went on. Shoot, man, so that's gotta raise some major red flags, not finding what they thought was the issue there. Think it's time to start taking some more drastic measures. Jeez, bro, she is bouncing around like crazy. Oh, gosh. Bro, this is getting wild. Yeah, this is straight chaos right now. This is nuts. Some very unsettling imagery right now. That girl is a convincing actor, too, man. Those screams sounded quite realistic. That freaking throat bulge that she had there for a second was nasty looking, too. Time to find some new doctors, man. These guys are horrible, man. They are just locked into their original theory. I don't really like that guy for some reason, man. Just something about the way he's delivering lines makes me feel like he's just trying to do all this to prove himself right. I mean, those guys probably also would be kind of terrified if it wasn't what they thought. Because it's not like you just be, oh, it's not a normal medical condition, she's possessed. Because that's some freaking scary stuff. About freaking time, man. Time to get our old priest friend involved in this. Liked that cut as well, going straight from that moment to her driving in the car. Dang, was no one on the other end of that line? This whole house has turned into a freaking haunted house, man. I'm sure it's all originating from Renee, too. She's mad cold, too, man. Freaking breath is visible. I don't think it's just the open window that's causing that. Classic sign of something else being there. Now the film's atmosphere is slowly starting to work on me. I'm a little more afraid of what might happen there in that moment, at least. What the heck, man? I did not expect that. That wasn't the priest we'd been following, was it? Regan. I said freaking Renee before. What was I thinking? Don't know why her name is so hard to remember. This is a great scene right now. Definitely dialing up the creepy vibes. Yikes, man. Oh my gosh, bro. This is crazy. Just annihilated that man. Also, I liked that touch of. Oh no, he is still alive. I'm confused then. Who was Burke from before? I'm sure I'll be able to look it up fairly easily afterwards. But I liked that subtle way of showing how that thing, whatever it was, just smelled really bad when she opened her mouth because the mom and the other guy in the room both reacted as if it was the most vile thing they'd ever smelled. He's not a suspect for the death, right? Oh, Burke was the director. Okay, I'm glad that it answered that for me. For some reason, I've been struggling with remembering names tonight. Ooh, I like that zoom right there. Oh, shoot, this is a lot heavier than I thought originally. They're covering up the. They're covering it up. Don't want to let the public know about something like that. Love the depth of field in that frame right there. That was a great shot. Father Paranoia, I like that. Dude's quick on his feet. Dude clapped right back at him. I liked that interaction, though. That was some well-written dialogue. These guys are insane, bro. They refuse to deviate from their medical official diagnosis. That'd be so freaking frustrating if you were the mom in that situation. Also, she looks pretty bad. Regan, all the cuts and scars on her face. There we go, man. Now we're moving towards the title. It's an interesting concept. I never really considered it that way. Feel like this is where we're finally going to have the meetup between her and Harris. That is a big staircase right there. It's very interesting that they chose to focus on it like that. I don't know what the significance of it is. Surely there is some, otherwise it wouldn't show a random shot like that. Oh, wait, is this where Burke died? And so he's investigating the spot. I don't know for sure, but that looked like a very similar design to the piece they dug up earlier in the movie. What the heck? This filmmaking is so strange right here. Something bad is about to happen to this man, and I'm worried. There's no reason to be showing those shots if something isn't about to happen. Here we go. So I guess he was just coming to visit her. That's a good line right there. I like that. It's a magic carpet for something else as well. Definitely a red flag. Shoot, man. She was the one who killed him. I like the way that it pushed in tighter on his face for that delivery to increase the emotion of the moment. She's definitely not someone you want to mess with right now if she's got that kind of power. Is he going to find something weird about these paintings or these drawings? Oh, that connects with what he found at the bottom of the staircase earlier. So I guess that answers my question earlier that there is a connection between her and that thing they dug up. Man is fanboying right now. I guess on behalf of his daughter. And never mind, he is the fanboy in this situation. No shame in that, my friend. And we do know he likes film based off his conversation earlier. For some reason, I do not think that she will be feeling better anytime soon. Couldn't be sure, though. It's just a guess. Jeez, man, there is all sorts of destruction going on in there. Yikes, bro. I'm not a fan of that. That's freaking disgusting. Bro, she is living in a nightmare right now. My goodness. Jeez, bro, if you do not leave after that, then I can't have too much sympathy for anything else that happens to you. My goodness. That was nuts, man. Whatever took a hold of Regan is freaking powerful. I mean, as far as like effects and makeup and everything go, that was a very well done scene, especially for the time period this came out. I like this exchange between them right here. She hit him with a question he did not expect. It's very interesting that he's the one who's eventually asked that question because he mentioned earlier that he was struggling with his faith. And if we based it off what the doctor was saying before, an exorcism's only as powerful as the belief in it. I like that he didn't just agree to it right away. He definitely took some convincing. I think it's cool that this movie gave him kind of an interesting character arc or development, because usually in a movie like this, the priest is just kind of someone that just pops in once it needs to be done, but definitely adds a much more well-rounded aspect to the film by giving him a story as well, not just the family and the girl. Holy crap, bro. She looks horrendous, man. That is great hair and makeup. Dude called it out right there. What the heck? Dang, that was excellent, man. I did not expect that moment to come back into play. This thing is well aware of what's been happening in the film. Oh my, bro, that's disgusting. Yuck, man. I would not feel comfortable for weeks after having that happen to me. I'd feel like I need to just be constantly showering. I do appreciate that all these moments with the daughter in this state don't have like really overbearing music or anything, and most of it's done in light. And so definitely shows a lot of confidence by the director in just relying on the imagery and the dialogue and the acting to produce the tension and the scares. Oh, dang, that's very interesting. Crazy after that experience, he's still trying to rely on science in this as well, or at least medicine and hospitals. Dang, that was some great acting by her right there. I like the depth in the story so far. That's all the proof he needs right there, I feel like. And he knows it too. I wonder what he's going to do with that. But yeah, going off what I was saying, it definitely has a more complex story than some modern horror movies. And it's also very focused on the characters instead of just the scares. I feel like the tense moments have been very sparse. Bro, that thing just looks worse and worse in every scene. And now it's just freaking poking fun at the situation. This is freaking unsettling, man. That hair and makeup, again, I've mentioned it a bunch, but they've definitely done an excellent job on her. Jeez, man. Holy cow. And that child actor, I assume, is still under all that makeup, and so she's doing an excellent job as well. Those scenes aren't necessarily like scary in the traditional sense or what we're used to saying is scary now, but it's just more unpleasant to sit through, which can leave a similar effect because you definitely, and I definitely still get like a pit in your stomach from that. Oh, dang, he has been through it, man. He definitely looks exhausted already after the few interactions he's had with Regan. Whoa, what the heck? Dang, I did not expect that. That was clever not revealing that until just now. Dang, that audio is almost creepier being played back than it was in the moment. What? That's insane. Of course, there's another loud noise happening right there. I love that little development right there, though. That'd be so freaking scary if you found out that. Oh no, freak, what the heck happened now? And the fact that it's not the mom that came to greet him at the door is not a good sign. Bro, the temperature. What the heck? Bro, that's nuts. That is some creepy filmmaking right there. So, what the heck does that mean? Regan is somehow like trapped inside of her own body now? Or did somehow she just mentally have that happen? That was really well done, though. I feel like he just said there's nobody with experience, though. Oh, dang. So that's how that guy connects, too. Very cool. I'm a fan of that connection. I wonder if that was all part of the plan, though. Once he dug that up. because that's a pretty crazy coincidence if he was the one chosen and also the one who dug up that weird totem earlier. At least they're still letting Karis go in there and assist, though. Yeah, such a creepy face, man. My goodness. Oh my gosh, bro, that lighting is so elite. And that's that other frame that I recognize from the cover. It's a freaking incredible shot, though. I can definitely tell why they chose that one as the promotional piece. Okay, bro, that legit scared me right there. My gosh. Freaking sent shivers down my spine. Audio is always more terrifying, though, than visuals. At least when it comes to horror, I feel like. Love that setup there. Definitely setting the tone for what they're about to do. Some great dialogue. Bro, that is the worst possible sound you can hear walking up to a room like that. I don't know if I'm freaking prepared for this scene, man. I don't know if they're prepared for it either. I'm betting that's the real stuff this time. Jeez, man, this thing has the worst language, man. So dark. Gosh, man, this thing will not stop spitting stuff onto these dudes. This man wasn't even phased by it, though. That's crazy. Oh gosh, man, those noises are awful, man. I hate that. Jeez, bro. bro, that bed. Holy crap. That'd be so dang terrifying. I don't know how you could keep focus. I think it's a great thing that it's tied up right now, because if she killed a man before, I feel like she would be wrecking these two dudes. Oh my gosh, dude, what? That whole thing is lifting up. And Karis is freaking like a deer in the headlights. I mean, how could you not be seeing that? Whoa, there's that face again from his dream before. Bro, that imagery is so terrible, man. Like, in a good way, in a horror sense. It's so freaking creepy. Is that really the same child actress doing all this as well? Because that's freaking insane. Going back to that other shot, though, I wonder what the significance of that other terrifying face is, though, that he keeps seeing. Shoot, bro, what happened when he stepped out? This man looks absolutely rattled all of a sudden. Oh my gosh, dude, that was wild. I think that up close shot of the face right there was what I recognized. Oh crap, bro. You better work freaking fast, man. This thing is gonna go crazy on y'all. Jeez, bro, this is some nuts practical effects right here. I assume it's practical. That's some impressive work right there, man. I assume what they're doing is working because it floated down onto the bed again. That was some good little subtle acting, though, because it definitely looked like they got a little bit more confidence in their words by the end. Oh gosh, man, it's still working. Whatever this thing is, man, it takes everything to get it out of commission. Bro, what is happening now? That imagery was so odd. I mean, it was really cool. Like, it's definitely adding to the unsettling atmosphere. I mean, I couldn't tell if that statue thing that appeared was the same that we saw earlier in the film or if it was different. Again, bro, don't tell me you have to keep doing this. I feel like I'd just be absolutely drained and emotionally wrecked after one time. And I mean, he looks like he is absolutely ruined right now. Oh man, I thought I was gonna pan back to her right there and it was gonna be something terrifying. Still a very suspenseful shot though. I like that. Even just sitting in the hallway, you can still hear the moans coming from the room. Oh, dang, dude. He brought the stuff with him. Oh, it's the pills. That's right. Hasn't really explained exactly. Oh, man, bro. That was a haunting image right there. This man's starting to hallucinate now, too. Oh my gosh, man. And he's gonna freaking release it because he thinks it's his mom. It's very interesting, though, that it's tied up right here and his mom was tied up on the bed earlier. Gosh, man, that'd be such an awful situation to be in. Gotta have so much freaking mental fortitude to keep your composure. Dude, I love the freaking sound design of this, man. Just that constant low hum coming from her on the bed. Just make sure not a single moment in this whole process is calm. It's all stressful. I mean, what happens if you just pour the whole bottle on there? Surely it couldn't make the situation worse. This man really gonna try and do it alone now. I don't know how good of an idea that is. This is a great frame right here. I love this. There's been some great cinematography in this movie throughout. Nice. I love that moment right there. Man worked up the confidence to get back up there and do his thing. I think he's probably definitely thinking about his mom in that moment. He doesn't want someone else to have to deal with the pain of death. Smart. It's this dude. What the heck is he doing there? Oh no, dude. I knew that was a horrible idea for him to stay in there by himself. Gosh dang it. Now this dude, Karis, is gonna have to go and do the impossible on his own. Oh man. That thing is so terrifying to look at. Poor Karis, man. He keeps leaving people on their own and they die. Oh my gosh, bro. What? I did not see that coming. Dude took the demon, whatever it was, into his own body and then killed himself to get rid of it. That's so sad that he died, but also That's some crazy impressive strength to be able to take control like that and then to eradicate it by killing yourself. Please don't tell me this guy just took it on himself now because he touched him. Oh, what an edit right there, my goodness. That was quite the tense final scene, man. Things got crazy. Finally, man, they're actually moving from this place. It's about dang time, although it was a problem with the girl herself, so it's not like moving would have done anything before. What does she have? I don't know if I'd feel comfortable keeping that, man. I think you should get rid of anything associated with those events. I don't know exactly how everything transfers in this. This isn't the dad, is it? The ex-husband? Did he finally show up? Okay, I didn't think so, but the way she looked at him there for a second made me second guess it. Oh, nice. Well, it looks like she does remember something. She recognizes the little white band there. Don't know exactly what that thing is called. But she recognizes it enough to know that was what the man was wearing who saved her. I'm just waiting for something else to happen right now. It just feels like there's going to be something else that happens here at the end before the movie reaches a close. All right, well, there we go, man. I guess it is over right there. Shoot. That was a cool last shot there, just looking down those stairs. Feel like you would never want to go by those stairs again, man. I feel like when this came out, I don't know exactly what all horror movies came before this. I mean, you had Psycho, but this feels like a very early on one, so I could definitely see why at the time people thought it was extremely terrifying. Obviously, since then, there's been a lot of horror movies And I have obviously seen a lot of horror movies. And so I wouldn't call it the scariest movie I've ever seen, but as I said in the beginning, I wasn't really expecting that going on or going into it just because of the time that's passed since it came out. It was very unsettling and the imagery was extremely creepy throughout, especially the makeup and all the designs of Regan just as she progressed into madness. And it does just kind of like make you feel sick throughout a little bit when you're watching some of those scenes. But I thought the acting was really good from everybody. Definitely sold a lot of those moments, especially from Karras. I thought his actor was great at showing emotion. And I feel like his character definitely had the most depth and kind of impact throughout the film, even though in a way I guess he wasn't the main character, kind of. I guess he sort of was. It was like a shared main character with the mom and the daughter. But can definitely check that off my watch list now after it being there for quite a while. And I've already mentioned it quite a few times that I thought the cinematography and the lighting was very well done. Definitely set the mood a lot, and surprisingly, it didn't really ever rely on darkness very often, which has definitely become kind of a staple for horror movies. The use of darkness and things like that, but this one did pretty much everything in the light, which definitely is impressive that it can be as kind of terrifying as it was in certain moments. Because usually it's just things that you can't see or loud noises or things like that that are the spookiest, but this definitely did a good job, man. So I was definitely surprised with this one how much care was put into the story and the characters and developing all of that, because I think it definitely helped the later moments have a lot more significance and impact because you actually cared about the situation and what all the various characters were going through in those moments. And had they not done that, I don't know if the scares and all the other things would have been quite as effective. Obviously, the imagery is going to be creepy no matter what, but I think the stakes and just the context surrounding everything that was happening definitely made it feel a lot more tense and made me a lot more glued to the screen in those final moments. But I quite liked how the story all wrapped up there at the end with Karras kind of bringing his character arc full circle. He'd kind of let his mom die earlier in the film, not really let her die, but he wasn't there for her. And then when he was out of the room, the other priest that was with him died as well. And so he finally kind of drummed up all that courage at the end to take on that demon by himself and then to eradicate the problem. So I thought that was a cool moment for his character. And I'd already mentioned it quite a few times, but I thought the child actress was just fantastic. For a horror movie, that's very rare, especially. I mean, there's some great child actors and actresses out there, but especially in horror movies, they usually don't do a great job and they can kind of detract from the film. But I thought her performance was very convincing and really unsettling when she got all that makeup on and everything like that. And I thought the direction of the film was really good as well. I thought the cinematography, the way things were framed, and the way they switched from scene to scene was good. I never felt like the pacing was too slow or anything like that. It was definitely a lot more of a slower build, slower paced movie than I expected going into it. but I think it worked for the style and the mood that they were going for, and I can definitely see how this would have been influential for kind of the horror genre. I didn't, as I was watching it, necessarily notice like anything that stood out, and I was like, oh, this other film that I've seen kind of mimic that. Nothing off the top of my head. I'm sure there's a lot of films though that have taken inspiration from it, and as I mentioned, I thought all the effects and things that they did in certain scenes, whether it be things moving around the room or the bed raising up or even her rising up there for that one moment, I thought it was all very well done. Nothing looked cheesy or took me out of the moment. I thought it was all very well made, and some of it made me wonder exactly how they pulled it off and made it look so good for that time period. So definitely a very well made movie technically, with a good story that had me very much on edge at several points. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed watching along with me for this one and seeing my reaction. If you did enjoy the video, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up. Helps the video reach a lot more people and helps the channel out. So I appreciate your guys' support as always, and you can check out my full-length reaction to this movie and all the other movies that I've done full-length reactions for on my Patreon, the link for that being in the description below. But until the next movie, I will see you all later. Peace.